Hello everybody, Dokkan Assets here. Today we are back with another figure news video. I definitely didn't forget to film this last Sunday. No, that definitely didn't happen. But I'm kind of glad that my brain did inevitably forget to film it because it worked out to our advantage. We're going to see some brand new prize figures coming up here soon, and we have some exciting news. Also, I don't know if there would have been as much stuff to go over anyway, so big brain question mark, also a little bit bitty, but let's go ahead and get into everything here. So funny enough, even though I say that we have a little bit more to look over, I don't know if we have too much, but then again, I say that every time, so we'll see. First of all, let's take a look at DBZfigures.com as we usually do. We did get the promotional poster for the Super Saiyan 4 World Figure Coliseum Master Stars piece Goku. As unfortunate as it is, this figure still kind of looks awful. I don't know how this man won. If you're familiar with the World Figure Coliseum, you would have known that this year there were two winners, the fan prize winner and the winner via the judges. This is the figure that won via the judges, and the prize, or the fan prize winner rather, was the Goku from the End of Z, which is clearly the superior figure, and we've talked about this guy a bunch of times on this series. He's not that good, I'm gonna be honest. He don't look that good, but nonetheless, though, obviously we have the different paint jobs here. We have the brush, the original, the tones, and the 2D version. As we can see here, pre-orders have started for this guy. There's 4 variants like we just said. You can pre-order them here for $65 each at Big Bad Toy Store, or $60 for E-Night Media, with a release date of February 2021 for the former and March 2021 for the latter. Purchasing method is slightly different, blah 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 blah. You don't know which figure you get until the drawing each try. Oh wait, this is interesting. The purchasing method slightly different in Japan, where it is more like a raffle, where you don't know which figure you'll get until the drawing. Interesting. So it's kind of like a Kuji. Oh wait, actually, I didn't even see that. There's an Ichiban Kuji logo, or a variation of an Ichiban Kuji logo right there. Interesting. Didn't even know that. Well, I guess we have it good overseas in this case if you really want to pick this guy up. Again, I don't think he's worth it. The reason why he is $60, by the way, is because all of these Super Master Stars piece figures in the past, because they're so big and they're a lot higher quality than a lot of the normal prize figures, they tend to go for a little bit more than just a normal prize figure or a bigger prize figure. So this kind of isn't surprising, but I would never pay $60 for this guy. If I was gonna get him, I would probably pay 20 for him, and honestly I would probably never buy him. If I get him on like a sale or something, sure, but nonetheless, if you want to pick him up, go for it. We did have Prime 1 Studio Next Level Showcase. Basically, Prime 1 Studio, if you are unaware, they are the company that has been making the officially licensed Dragon Ball statues, which is pretty cool. They have made the Goku and Vegeta one already, and they obviously are going to be making more, and they announced the next one, or rather had a little bit of a teaser for the next one. This is a 2-hour showcase, so we're not going to watch through this, but of course I'll leave the link in the description to everything here if you do want to take a look at it for yourself. But we did have a teaser. I don't know if I can find it in here. I'll have to take a look. Yeah, it would be right here. Perfect. So, as you can see, you know, they also teased the 3rd release, which is obviously Frieza, who was introduced as the Emperor of the Universe. All they showed was a silhouette of the statue, and the logo says sneak peek, seem longer, more detailed than the actual image. You can check out Dragon Ball products. Oh, they actually marked it for us. Cool. The 228 mark. Also, for some reason, they used double F icon to introduce Dragon Ball. I'm not sure what that is. Maybe they meant revival of F. But yeah, obviously, they talked a little bit about, wow, that's actually a pretty cool transition. But they talked about their figures. We're not going to take a look too much at this, of course. If you want to take a look at it for yourself, you can. It is nice to be able to see this in video form, though, because obviously we've only looked at it with images up until this point. But anyway, though, here is where they tease Frieza. Oh, well, hello, sir. Excuse me. I'm looking for Frieza. Here we go. Yeah, so they talked about the ones that they've done so far, and then they were like, oh, who's gonna be next? Finally. Oh, finally who? Who's it gonna be, bro? It's purple, the Universal Emperor. That's right, so they're gonna be doing Frieza next. That will be really, really cool to see. There you go, there's the little promo image there. Wait, what did that say? You are the first human who slightly hurts me besides my parents. I don't think that's an accurate translation, but anyway, look forward to pictures on that soon. Obviously, I'm sure that DBZ Figures will post them on here too, because we've seen them on this website every single time. So look forward to that as well. I'm sure that'll look pretty cool. Hopefully they don't mess up his face. Moving on to some more figure stuff. We did get the SH Figuarts Raditz announcement. This guy actually looks really cool. This guy has needed an SH Figuarts figure for a long time. It's crazy to think that like the first big villain of Dragon Ball Z is only now getting an SH Figuarts figure. I know he's not that popular, all things considered, but kind of weird, to be honest. On the first day of October, SH Figuarts announced the release of Raditz. This one should be another big figure on the scale of Nappa and Raccoon. It will be available in March 2021 for 7,150 yen, so it should arrive stateside in late April or early May 2021 for about $70. Definitely not too bad. This guy looks pretty good. I think the lighting is what's making him, yeah, they have a, not the lighting, I guess, but it's more so like the effect that they chose to put on him. That's why he looks kind of brown. It almost looks like he's on like a scroll or something like that. Very interesting, but nonetheless, he does look pretty good. I actually really like this face sculpt. This one not so much, but that is really, really cool. So definitely look forward to that. I'm sure we'll get more pictures of that guy as things come along. And that is really it. We did get some more Dragon Ball t-shirts here, but that's obviously not necessarily figure related news, but if you're interested in these, they are out now, and of course you can click the link in the description below if you want to go read more information about this. Let's go ahead and head over to the boy Baggy's Twitter. We're starting at I almost said February 21st. That's not correct. We're starting at September 21st because that was the last update of the news video. The DBS Fusion Gum seems to be out now in Japan. I know this is not figure related at all, but the reason why I wanted to bring this up is because I noticed this and I was like, oh, well, that's cool. A little fun fact. This was actually the art, or something close to this anyway, was used on I think it was like a rice cake, or it was like some other like packaged snack in Japan, and they had art of Goku and Vegeta in base form in their Broly movie outfits doing the fusion dance, and everybody was like, whoa, Gogeta, and like that was actually the first real inkling that we got that there was going to be fusion in the movie. So cool that they're reusing it here. January Shikashi Art 12 lineup box, right. Let's see, lineup bottom right in text, all images are just examples from previous volumes. Oh, okay, so it's just saying what's going to be coming up. Wow, that's a really cool Gogeta. I don't remember ever seeing that one. Interesting. All right, so we do have the strong pains. Yes, sometimes I do have those strong chains overseas Ichiban show packaging. US on course for October. Dragon Archive Ichiban show Q for Asia only. If you guys remember, the Ichiban Q was the little minifigures, right? But this is going to be the overseas packaging, and actually you guys are going to have something to look forward to, because it should be, I think the day that this video goes up, I'm actually going to be getting the Master Roshi figure on screen. That is the only figure that I pre-ordered out of this set. I have a base form Goku and Vegeta already that I really like, even though I do like these two figures, so I don't really need another one. And Krillin, I do kind of want to get the last prize Krillin at some point, just because of that adorable Gohan figure, and I like Krillin's expression a little bit more in the last prize version, even though I know that's kind of ludicrous because it's so expensive. But I don't know, I'm kind of not a fan of this expression. Like, I know it's from the manga, but the way that it looks is like just a little bit off for my taste, and I kind of hemmed and hawed, and then I didn't even get my pre-order, and so I was like, well, if I didn't pre-order right away, I didn't really want it. But regardless, though, I did pick up the homie Master Roshi because that figure looks amazing. We did obviously not these. These are the Ichiban Q, Ichiban, I guess Q, yeah, Ichiban Q that we were talking about. But I did pick this guy up, so definitely look forward to that tomorrow. Thanks to the buddy Jaku, I've seen this guy before, got the full list of English Shikachi Art 12 lineup, and what is background ones and regular. Interesting. So we have Goku, Beer. Oh, okay, so this is like a lot of Dragon Ball Super related stuff, like earlier arcs. Regular Shikachi, Majin Vegeta, Super Saiyan 2, Goku, Super Saiyan 4, Goku, Gojita. Interesting, okay. That'll be interesting to see what those actually look like. Moving on. Oh. Well, that's cool. That design is actually on a shirt that you can buy in Hot Topic, fun fact. Let's see, moving on here. Oh, this was really cool. The BOS Gogeta and the Rasuden 3 Frieza out now for Asia, as well as the Vegeta. credit to Toys for the packaging. First Golden Frieza figure, not WCF, in half a decade. That's insane. By the way, we are going to see a picture of this Gogeta later on in the video, and I think you guys will be pleasantly pleased with it. But here is the packaging. I really like the packaging that they do with the Rasuden, because they always have like both figures kind of displayed on there, which is also a little weird because you don't get the other figure in the box, and maybe that's a little bit misleading, but I love like the art splatter thing that they did here. But this box looks really cool too. I love that the background that they did for that. Moving on, ANNI moved the G&G Bulma release date from October to September with the Rasuden 2 Chapter 3 and BOS Gogeta, so it means it will release this month for Asia. Nice. This is a really good Bulma figure as well. It's nice to see we're actually getting some. And here is what I was talking about. So here is a out-of-box picture of the BOS Gogeta, and I'm going to be honest with you guys. He honestly looks better than the production images. Yeah, you can see me and Baggy already had this conversation. I did pick up the Gogeta, the Gogeta in that line, and I think I'm gonna get the, or sorry, did I say Gogeta? I meant to say Vegito. I think I'm gonna get Gogeta, because honestly, like, look at this, right? In my opinion, it's okay. It's not bad, but this looks really, really good. I think that looks fantastic. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. But seeing this figure in person, I actually want to get it now more so than I did before. And the pose is actually really cool. It's also the pose right before he's about to kick Janemba. Obviously, he's kind of winding up for the kick there. But yeah, so that was actually a pleasant surprise. It is a big rarity when we see a figure that actually improves in quality from the original production images rather than going down in quality. So good stuff. Thank you, Bandai. Sub on that one. Oh yeah, so the release for this guy will be January 23rd. We already kind of took a look at this image. Oh, and this was a fun little shout out. I talked about this in the last video, but I pointed out that the prototype image of the Chogin Giga Vegeta display is much better than how the production image showed it. Also, the Chojin Giga Goku final version is positioned differently than the product image. Yeah, because I was like, dang, bro, that's kind of a stinky angle compared to this. Very, very weird. I don't know why. But yeah, a little bit different than the actual production image here. The actual angle that Goku is at when you actually have him on these stands. So kind of interesting. He looks a little bit like his head is dipped a little bit down more so in the production images, and his head is kind of raised up a little bit there. Very, very interesting to see. Moving on up, we do, oh yeah, Baggy got the Broly, which was really cool to see. Oh yeah, so we did also have, did we have more in this little preview, or was this it? No, okay, it's the same thing, my bad. Oh yeah, so here are the final pictures. Look at this man! Woo! That's a nice figure right there, ladies and gentlemen. I am very, very excited to pick this guy up, actually. Look at the comparison. They made his eye like way too small in the original production image, I think, and he looks almost like an old man. I don't know what it is about it, but he looks a lot more like Gogeta in this figure. So very, very good stuff. And there is the Frieza. This figure is okay. Funny enough, I don't know if I gave my thoughts on this figure. I think I did when it's initially announced, but I think his the like whites of his eyes are way, way, way too big for his cranium. He kind of almost looks like a chibi, but with like a full body. It's kind of weird. But nonetheless, though, here are the final pictures. Vegeta doesn't look too bad. I don't think this is the best God Vegeta figure that we've ever gotten. His face kind of looks like someone he took the scale tool in Photoshop and kind of like smushed it down. But nonetheless, though, it is still very, very cool to be able to be getting God Vegeta figures at all, because of course, never would have thought that was possible. My bet is still, or my opinion is still that the BOS one is still the best, but let me know in the comments what you think on that one as well. The homie Varroke. Fun fact, the homie Varroke actually follows me on Twitter. Big pog, I know, dubs for the boys. So, Bandai Prize scheduled to appear sequentially from December. Dragon Ball Super Toriyama tried to draw. I was in charge of making the prototype of Goku and Bardock. In addition, details will be released at any time in the future, so thank you. Basically, Varroke, the homie Varroke, was the one who sculpted the beautiful winning Trunks figure a couple of years back. I believe it was the 2017 Van Presto World Figure Coliseum, and he was actually in charge of making the figure. Oh, well, he had a hand in it because there were a couple of other sculptors who had a hand in this, but this image that was made by Toyotaro, funny enough, there was a Goku and Bardock figure that kind of looked like this, and then this image came out, and then they were like, we're making a figure out of the image. That one was actually a Kuji last prize figure, but very, very cool to see these guys in person. I believe I did pre-order these guys because these guys are awesome. Also, I will say it is a little rare. Oh, hey, I actually know that YouTuber. He's a great Japanese figure channel. It is very interesting to see blood on a figure, because obviously we don't really see that nowadays when it comes to Dragon Ball figures. Obviously, especially if they're from Dragon Ball Super or the modern era, you know, they try and stray away from that, so it's a little bit more, you know, friendly, you know what I'm saying? Not gonna say the words, Susan, get off of me, bro. Nonetheless, though, very, very cool to be able to see this. This figure almost reminds me of the I think it was not the Tag Fighters, it was like the Versus Goku and Frieza. Reminds me a lot of that Goku, but the Bardock is still very cool. I'll have to comment on that because the homie Varrock is dope. I literally like complimented him on one thing on a figure and he followed me back, which was cool. Oh yeah, I guess Vegeta does look really shiny in his hair. I didn't even really notice that. Almost kind of looks like a BOS figure. Oh yeah, here we have a perfect comparison here. Yeah, I don't know how they messed up the production image so much, but man, final one looks good. Looks real good. Ultimate Variation Overseas Ichiban Show figures releasing now for Europe. So it looks like Europe is 1 month behind US and 3 behind Japan. Ultimate Variation Ichiban Kuji Proper Lottery with the last price Shinron, and smaller prizes now available to draw in Australia. I'm gonna have to see if I can't get myself that Shinron, bro. That figure is amazing. If it's the one that I think of, I might be mixing up my Shinrons because we got like 2 recently. But nonetheless, though, cool for Europe. This is also an alternative to the original King Cluster Broly, if you weren't able to pick that up. So definitely a good call for you. GG Bulma 3 release date October 2nd, or sorry, 22nd. My brain was like, how do you say that number? However, she'll be released next week for overseas Asia. Very, very cool. This is a great Bulma figure, honestly. This is the glitter and glam line. They're not too over the top like the oh my gosh, what is the Dragon Ball Gals line? Honestly, I really don't like that line. I don't think it fits Dragon Ball, and frankly, it's just not really my type of figure. But this is a pretty cool Bulma figure. The glitter and glam line for the most part has been pretty cool. Oh yeah, this was also very, very nice to see. So I don't know if many of you guys know much about this or why this is important, because it's not really something that I feel like is talked about a lot, I guess, and I don't think I've ever talked about it. But nonetheless, though, Baggy noted that this guy has a small base, as well as the Vegeta also has a small base. And the reason why this is a big deal is because a lot of the time when it comes to figures, they have these giant bases, and especially if you have limited shelf space, literally every human being on the planet, you know, you want a smaller base, so then that way you can have more figures on the shelf, because obviously if the base is really big, well, you know, you could fit a couple of figures with big bases, but realistically, the figure isn't actually taking up that much space. So, very, very good to be able to see these guys having a small base as well. I will say the paint job on Golden Frieza, despite my thoughts on the eyes, oh, that's clean, bro. That perfectly captures how Golden Frieza looks in literally every piece of media. Very, very good stuff. Big fan of that. Oh, yeah. This was also good news. Obviously, this is not a Dragon Ball figure, but it does bode well for Dragon Ball figures, as you can see. Maggie was saying that the last prize Deku has been listed for the US, which gives hope to the last prize Shinron and the Ozaro Vegeta, which we're going to take a look at later, by the way. That looks absolutely fantastic. Nonetheless, though, $55 if you want to go pick that guy up. I'm tempted, bro. This is like almost exactly the same as the one, no, I have 2 Deku figures. This is like just a better version of the Deku figure I have now. I don't know, man. UDN the best 35 now out now for Asia. DP revealed no new art. Big unfortunate. We did see this one a while ago. Kind of nothing too exciting in this one, but the little Zenos are nice. Moving on up, we do have UDM the Burst 44 to appear October 19th. Very, very good stuff. I am excited for this Trunks. I believe we'll see pictures of him in person later, and oh man, is he really, really cool. All right, we have final pics of this man. I know you're probably sick of seeing him, but I just gotta like flex him for Bandai, bro, because they did such a good job fixing it. I don't think they've ever done this good of a job like making a figure better. I don't know. And I will say, from this angle, this figure is perfect. I am a personal fan of the way that the BOS figures look. I think that they look a little bit funny when it comes to other forms that aren't Super Saiyan with the shiny hairstyle, but when they do it with the Super Saiyan, oh my gosh, it looks absolutely fantastic. And obviously this is almost like the perfect angle when Gogeta was about to kick Janemba, so very, very good stuff there. My only complaint, I think, with this figure is that the halo is A, a little bit hard to see, and B, kind of green, which is interesting. If we take a look at other Gogeta figures in the past, unfortunately I don't have an image for you here, but you know, if you've looked at other Gogeta figures in the past that have a halo, usually it's either a solid color of yellow or it's a little bit more of a clear yellow. So interesting why they decided to go with that. It almost looks like it glows in the dark, to be honest. I might even take the halo off, I don't know, or maybe repaint it myself, something like that. But nonetheless though, a fantastic figure, all things considered, and I highly recommend picking that man up. Moving along here. Oh yeah, this was pretty cool. I know I usually don't talk about Dragon Ball Heroes things, but I figured if you would be interested, this is kind of a big deal because you probably won't be able to get it. So basically they came out with this Dragon Ball Heroes binder for the 10th anniversary, and they have some very interesting cards in here. They have a Super Saiyan 4 Goku, and this Maj Vegeta card looks absolutely sick. And they also have these super cool blue Goku and blue Vegeta cards. I don't know if Baggy posted later, but there is also a Ozaro Vegeta that is a part of this set, and I really want to get it. I'm very, very tempted myself to pick this up, even though it's $100. I don't know, it's kind of a lot just to get a couple of cards, but we'll see in due time. UDM the best, 35 real picks. Zeno with the flipped arm is rare, which is very interesting to see. So obviously if you want to get both of those boys, you're going to have to do a little bit of digging. Of course, these guys, no clear time when they'll come out in the US. But nonetheless, though, still pretty cool. Honestly, I really like, I didn't even know that they did that color for Broly. That looks pretty good because it looks a lot closer to the original, like, greenish, lime green color of Broly. I like that a lot. Legends Trunks. Out now for Australia. We've already taken a look at final picks of this guy before, but he actually looks pretty good. I'm definitely going to pick him up at some point. Very, very good stuff there. Oh yeah, this was a very interesting thing. So much promo art goes to get news. I like for Broly, I don't really think these were seen again, and I really like the Vegeta one. Yeah, this is a weird, like, I assume this is like a little coin purse, but yeah, I don't think I've ever seen these renders anywhere else, so kind of interesting. Moving on up, what October store numbers tell me is probably not much interest in GT WCF Volume 1 in Japan. Led low numbers for Volume 2, and the last couple of Super Saiyan 4 Goku figures must have had low interest, so hence the low number for the Chojin Giga Super Saiyan 4 Goku. By the way, what he's kind of talking about is that, like, orders, right, for this guy. It is kind of interesting to see that they do still keep making GT figures, because I don't know, not that I dislike them, because I love the Super Saiyan 4 form, but, you know, I mean, I think it's probably the coolest thing to come out of GT, including, you know, Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta and, like, maybe the Shadow Dragons. But regardless, though, it is interesting to see that they keep making these figures, so I don't know, maybe this will mean a decline of GT figures going forward. I'm kind of surprised that they've made so many already, if I'm being completely honest with you. Moving on, we do have for September, the Creator X Creator UI Goku and Legends WCF Volume 3 did really well, so should probably continue to see more UI Goku and Legends WCF presumably to continue as well. Of course, this guy did well, and it's kind of interesting that these did. I suppose if you're a fan of Dragon Ball Legends, you would probably pick these up. I mean, I guess I did pick up the Dokkan anniversary ones myself. It would be interesting, though, to see if they start doing some Dokkan variations of these, because the only Dokkan WCF set that we've gotten is the anniversary ones, which I actually did review on the channel a little while ago and opened up, so definitely check that out. But nonetheless, though, interesting that they chose Legends. Very, very interesting. Obviously, it was kind of to coincide with the whole anniversary celebration, but DBS Budokai Tenkaichi set released by the end of the year for Europe. I know that actually if you are interested in this, and I think I might end up picking this up, even though I know it's kind of a weird cop, but it's so good, bro. It's so good. You can actually get this on Amazon, and I think it's only like $30, to be completely honest with you. So I might just, you know, hit the go button and end up pre-ordering that myself, because that would be a really, really cool setup for some figures. Obviously, this is more so meant for Dragon Stars figures, because that is what the, well, size is scaled to, but I'm sure it would work fine for SH Figuarts figures. Yeah, actually, on Amazon, I'm taking a look right now. It's going to be released October 19th. I'll leave a link to it in the description below. So if you would like to take a look at it, definitely go check that out. Also, if you use that link, I will get a little bit of a cut because I have an Amazon affiliate link. Thank you, bro. I appreciate it. We had some more crazy Dragon Ball Heroes cards come out with the newest release of the Dragon Ball Heroes anime and whatnot. I might have talked about a little of these, but some of these cards are really cool, bro. I love the imperfect cell here. That expression is hilarious, and I've never seen Goku Black do this before with the scythe, but I don't know, bro. I kind of love it. I kind of love it. I'm not going to lie. It's a very unique look for the character, so very good stuff there. Oh yeah, so this was cool. So we do have finals for the Omnibus. I don't think that's actually how you pronounce it, but that's how I'm going to say it. All of these guys. So we did take a look at this Kuji set actually a long time ago now. Funny enough, this is the second Jiren figure ever when it comes to official Dragon Ball figures, which is absolutely insane. The first one was obviously the prize figure. These guys do look pretty cool. I don't know how I feel about this as a set. I will say Jiren's neck is thick, bro, and I think that if you've gotten the prize figure Jiren, you probably don't need this guy, though this guy will definitely be a lot bigger than the prize figure Jiren. The Gogeta is cool too. It's kind of a replacement if you missed out on the very first Dragon Ball Super Broly Kuji. Obviously that one was blue, but it is still a good alternative, all things considered. And obviously that Broly in the back there is also a great alternative for the King Cluster Broly. I'm not even gonna lie, I'm kind of tempted to pick it up myself because the pose is just so cool. I love him gripping at the air there. I'm not really a fan of the UI Goku, but it is very cool to be able to see a Kid Buu figure, because we have not gotten one of those in a while, and that is a pretty iconic Kid Buu pose. Those pants look a little bit weird, I'm not gonna lie. Super Saiyan 3 Goku looks good as well, though I will say, being a Super Saiyan 3 Goku simp myself, I'm not the biggest fan of it. Ironically, it kind of looks like he's doing the final explosion pose, but it's the way that they sculpt the hair on this guy. They kind of do Super Saiyan 3 hair like in a couple of different ways. They make it like really long and sleeked back. They make it where it kind of spikes up at the top and then goes down, and it's a little bit shorter. And then there's one more way that I can't describe because it's not coming to my mind at the moment, but they kind of did the second one, which isn't necessarily my favorite design of things there. But how can I not talk about the Ozaro Vegeta? That is the figure that I am definitely going to purchase from this set. I need it. I literally need it, bro. It's not a want. It's a need. We actually saw this guy way long time ago. I think earlier this summer was when we saw the initial pictures for this guy. So very cool to be able to see him come to life. We do have some more in-person pictures of the figures here. Maximatic, interesting. While GT, WCF, and Super Saiyan 4 Goku finals. Super Saiyan 4 Goku has a large base, which also doesn't help his case. Baggy was just kind of noting some things there. By the way, this was from a more recent little, it wasn't prize fair, but this was from a little booth that they had at a Bam Presto thing at some kind of convention recently in Japan. Some of these figures are obviously released, but what is something interesting to note is that we did take a look at this God Goku in another episode, and we actually saw that the figure was updated a while ago. The figure was updated very soon with the updated production images. This actually looks to be the figure in the original production image where the hair is more red than pink. Very interesting that they would put that on display despite the new image, unless it's somehow the lighting, because I will say the colors do look very vibrant in this image, but I do think that that is something interesting to note. Moving on, this is the GTWCF figures. I'm not gonna lie to you, bro, as much as I think that we need it just for the sake of completion for WCS figures, why do they do GT? I don't know who's looking to buy this. Kind of an interesting one, nonetheless, though. And here are all of the boys from the Bam Presto World of Figure Coliseum. Obviously, the End of Z Goku is the clear winner here, even though he didn't actually win. And you can see that, unfortunately, making it even worse of a case for Super Saiyan 4 Goku. His base is huge. Bardock doesn't have a base, though I'm not sure if that'll be the actual final one. And this definitely won't be how it is on the final figure with Gogeta having these weird small foot bases. I've never seen something like that before. Very interesting to see that the sketches, though, that they were based off of in the background. It's hard to get a good look on the Super Saiyan 4 Goku, but I'm going to be honest, even with what I can see here, how did they get from this to this? I really don't know, bro. I really don't know. Here we go. Here's some better pictures of this guy. Bam Presto Expo Taipai 2020. Here you go. The Maximatic number 5 God Goku. So this is indeed the God Goku, it seems like, from the original production images. I could be wrong on this because I don't know why they would show the figure that's not the updated version unless they just couldn't have the updated version or something like that. But if you guys remember from that video where we literally talked about comparing them the whole time, his hair has been updated to be a little bit more pink. His face is okay. I will say it looks a little bit worse from the front angle than it does from the side angle. It'll be interesting to see what becomes of this guy, though. It is interesting, too, because the Maximatic line, which this guy is a part of, doesn't really do this style of hair. This whole shiny sort of meme is a lot more, you know, more of a BOS thing. So it's really interesting to see that they decided to go that route for God Goku. It'll be interesting to see what he ends up looking like in the final picture. Oh, and baby, here is what I really wanted to look at. Here are the images of the Ozaro Vegeta. Oh my gosh. It's so good, bro. It's so good. I will say, I don't know what it is about Bandai, but sometimes their figures where they do human characters, right? Or human, you know, I guess Saiyans, or like, you know, more like human-like characters, can be hit or miss. But when they do monsters and stuff like that, oh my gosh. This figure is amazing. The detail, the sculpting, whew. I gotta have it. I gotta have it. I literally don't care how much I pay for this figure. It's so good, bro. It's so good. Interesting that we can also see that Goku's hair looks a little bit smoother there. But man, does this figure look absolutely amazing. I cannot wait to pick this guy up. All of the detail of the battle damage and stuff just, oh my gosh. So much presence. This almost looks like he's doing the Godzilla shout there. Very cool stuff. Very excited to see that. Here's a close-up of the Kid Buu figure. It does look, the face does look a little bit off to me, but then again, Kid Buu is also a very goofy looking character. Yeah, especially there. His nose kind of looks like a little bit too far up and his mouth looks a little bit too big. His pants also look like way too far down in the middle. I don't know why. But nonetheless, though, it is very good to see that we are getting a Kid Buu figure at all. I don't know if I'll pick up this guy, but you can even kind of compare it to the towelette in the background here with Kid Buu. His mouth is like not that, what would be like vertical, I guess you would say. It seems to be a lot more rounded, right? I don't know. Kind of interesting, but definitely not a bad looking figure. And this is also very nice to see as well. So this is the Dragon Ball Adverge Set 13 based off of the Namek Saga. And if you guys know about Dragon Ball figures recently, they've been putting the Dragon Ball Super logo on literally everything, even if it has nothing to do with Dragon Ball Super. So it's very nice to be able to see the Dragon Ball Z logo present for once on a figure box, because it's a rare sight to see nowadays. Yes, this was very interesting. From Cater Mania, a new DBZ line of stationery, bags, etc. This is interesting because this just kind of reuses a ton of different renders of Goku from past things. I've seen most of these renders from different pieces of Dragon Ball art throughout the years. You could probably spot a bunch of them as well. I can literally think of the poster that this is from. It has Trunks on it. But nonetheless, though, still very cool, especially if you're looking for something like this, because I know it's always great to have Dragon Ball merch of, you know, more like, well, I guess, quote-unquote, stationary items. So Very, very nice to see. This Dragon Ball Z backpack is pretty cool, and I do actually like the design of the string bag a lot. Alright, so this is also something interesting. October Sega Store and Case orders a massive shock for this month. 60 Bulmas, 60 Super Saiyan 4 Gokus, 32 sets of the WCF Volume 2 for GT, Maximadic Goku, holy cow, 169, and Q Pocket 18, 170, bro? Oh my gosh. That's nuts. That is crazy. We can also see other numbers here from different stores in Japan and different places that we'll be getting these prize figures. We have talked a little bit about the Q, what are these things called? The Q Pocket? Poxit? I don't know how to pronounce it, but you can let me know in the comments. But we talked a little bit about these figures before. I don't know why they're popular. They definitely have an appeal to a certain kind of people, but to me, they kind of feel a little bit Uncanny Valley. Though I will say, Android 18 in pink is a nice change of pace. Ooh, these are very cool. HQ pics of the new OG Dragon Ball Fig Pins. Fig Pins are actually really cool. I'm a big fan of Fig Pins, so it's very nice to see some Dragon Ball representation. Okay, I'm not gonna lie, bro. Launch face, awful. Looks way too big. Blue hair launch literally looks perfect. I don't think I have a single complaint with that. It looks like a very 80s design too, which obviously fits the look of launch and Dragon Ball so well. Bulma's eyes are way too far apart and her cranium looks a little bit too big. Kid Goku is perfect though. His body maybe looks a little bit odd, but face is perfect, so good stuff. Next Chibi Masters is is Demon Slayer. We've had My Hero, so I'm going to get DB. Wait, let me read this. Next Chibi Masters is a Demon Slayer, so we've had My Hero, going to get DB, so I assume One Piece is next. Just shows how strong DB is, that it can still compete with those series despite not having new material for almost 2 years now. Yeah, that is definitely true. Very, very crazy. Oh wow, the Rasuden Super Saiyan God of Goku, that's not Goku, Vegeta looks so small compared to the BOS one. Personally, not a huge fan of Super Saiyan God Vegeta. I think Blue Shirts him better, but the modeling on the BOS one was so good to turn down. Agreed, bro. It's very, very nice. Yeah, this guy is tiny. This guy is really, really tiny comparatively. I'm a fan of Super Saiyan God Vegeta, by the way. That's just Baggy's opinion. Obviously, all of Baggy's opinions on, I love you, buddy, but that red hair was so good. Anyway, though, nonetheless, this is really cool. I do like both of these guys. I do still think that this is a better figure, especially when it comes to the sculpting. He looks a lot better in person as well than the pictures. I have mine on the shelf behind me. But very interesting to see that he's that small. They did go with similar colors too, but this guy does seem to have a lot brighter colors. Like the white is a lot brighter, the gray is a lot brighter. I don't know how gray can be brighter, but it is here. Yellow is brighter, a lot of brighter patches of blue there. Very, very interesting to see. Good stuff, good stuff. Strong Chains Ichiban Show figures now releasing in the US just a few weeks after Asia. US maybe miles behind on prize figures, but not Kuji's. That is true. And boy, am I excited for that Master Roshi, aka Master, oh no, what is the name of his alter ego? It's not Master Shen. I don't know. Obviously not. Oh, it's Jackie Chun. Sorry, brain fart. I don't know why I thought Shun and Chen were the same thing. Brain fart. Small brain. Anyway, though. More final picks. We won't take too long of a look at these, but here you go. He looks fantastic in person. Oh my gosh, bro. Can't get enough of him. I do like the shading, though, on the arms. And again, like we talked about before, the pants looks good. Shame that the face looks just kind of odd. His teeth look like they're kind of coming out of his face, almost like the Tag Fighters Frieza from a while ago. And the white almost seems too, like, squared off on his eyes. Kind of seems unnatural. All right. Moving on up. Better look at some new October Japanese stationery, including the SS Goku and Frieza versus Jiren from the pencil caps. Interesting, okay. Very, very cool to see. Yeah, it looks like they're using this art on a lot of different things. This is a pretty cool Super Saiyan Goku, though, render, I have to say. Let's see. Nope. Not what we're looking for here. Oh, okay, so I will say, we have some good stuff to look forward to here coming up, because this is relating to Dokkan figures. One Piece January Kuji got revealed around the 10th of September, so hopefully Dokkan Kuji regular lineup is revealed this week. Given Goku his prize A, I'm now expecting the LR for Super Saiyan God Goku. Like I said, as long as Takematsu sculpts it, I'm totally fine with it. All right, so we do have some final pictures of these guys. Oh my gosh, Vegeta looks good. What more do I have to say? That figure is absolutely amazing. Not a big fan of the Ultra Instinct Goku, especially his face looks kind of weird, but I suppose not the worst figure. Jiren actually looks a little bit better, though, I will say. He looks... the neck thing looks a little bit less worse in this picture, and I love the shading. They did a great job, actually, with the shading on, like, the indented, like, increased lines on him. Very, very good stuff. And here we have Kid Buu. Still kind of looks a little bit wonky to me, personally. I don't know. And then we have the clear files and other stuff like that. Of course, you had to look at the Patafu image. That actually looks pretty cool, though, even though this arc is a little bit wonky. That is a great image. All right, HQ look at the October Kuji smaller prizes. This obviously comes with the Kuji that we just took a look at. These are all clear files, obviously based off of different things from Dragon Ball Super and Dragon Ball Z. Cool to see that they are actually putting the Dragon Ball Z logo on it. A little bit weird, though, that they made the Z red. I don't know. Kind of an odd choice, but nonetheless, though, a lot of this art looked pretty cool. Some of it is kind of stinky, to be honest, like... Yikes, bro. He kind of looks like that one gif of Goku and Vegeta bobbing their heads together from that older, I think it's a Budokai game. And Goku's neck looks like he's full Power Frieza there. I don't know. But this image looks really good. Super Saiyan 3 Goku looks pretty good, and this image looks pretty good as well. And here are the towels that are coming with this set. Yes, you heard me right, towels. We've been getting Dragon Ball Z towels for a little while now. I still need to go back and get that Gogeta one because it was pretty cool. But I would love to get that Super Saiyan 3 Goku because that is pretty sick. And honestly, as much as I don't really care for these, Jiren looks like, I don't know, he looks a little bit odd there, if I'm being honest. So does Goku, but all of the smaller ones look really, really good. And here's the cups. These are all actually really, really cool. I do like when they do stuff like this. I don't know why. It's so odd to me that I'm like, hey, cup. But, like, it's cool. I don't know. It's cool to be able to have that. And here we have some HQ shots. Oh, my gosh, bro. Wow. This is insane. If this doesn't come stateside, because right now it's still unconfirmed, if we're going to get the overseas version of this guy or not, which will just be obviously the same figure, but just, you know, overseas. I'm going to have to get him on eBay or something, bro. That's a good figure right there. What is this Frieza? True. Okay, so here's the original illustration. Interesting. There's another example to show just how bad this promo artist is. This is it. That is true. Holy cow. Bro, the neck literally extends. On Goku. Swolely. Yeah, that's pretty accurate, bro. That's pretty funny. Very, very good stuff there. Very, very good stuff. All right. Oh, this was also a really, really interesting piece of news. Breaking February overseas SMSP Manga Dimension Super Saiyan Goku re-release. Now, if you guys don't know about this figure, this was the very first Super Master Stars piece figure, and this is a classic figure when it comes to Dragon Ball collecting. This is... I don't want to say as old as it gets, bro, but it's pretty up there with some legendary figures of its time. Very, very good stuff. Very excited. I might pick this guy up myself because the detailing on this guy is so good. And you know me, I'm a sucker for Manga Dimensions. Interesting that they're only re-releasing the Manga Dimensions version, but nonetheless still cool. Other Seas re-releases the Grand Issa Gotenks and the ROS Goku. Probably West only. Very, very interesting. This guy, yeah, the Resolution of Soldiers Goku is really old. Funny enough, this is, I believe, don't quote me on this, but I think technically the first Dokkan quote-unquote collaboration figure, because this guy was actually based off of LR, the first LR Goku and Dokkan's art, and on that actual box, it says Dokkan Battle, and it has a picture of the LR on there. I should know because I have the all-black version of this figure. It's a pretty cool figure. It's a very simple Goku, but it's very nice, and especially, obviously, if you're going for the whole Dokkan meme, then there you go. Oh, what is this? Now, hold on a second. So, we have some very interesting stuff here, bro. February Dragon Ball prize figure production images. Wow, wow, wow. This is really cool. So this Frieza, I'm assuming, is part of the line with the... I forget what it's technically called. It's sculpted by Varroque that we talked about before. But the Dragon Ball Super figure line, or well, I guess it's technically Dragon Ball Z because we only have Dragon Ball Z figures, but where they have effects and they have, like... beams and like Kamehamehas and stuff like that. Up until this point, we got the Goku, the base form one, doing a Kamehameha, and the Kaioken version as well. We got the Super Saiyan 2 Gohan from the I almost said Same-Same-Sa. Father-Son Kamehameha, and this is obviously a Frieza version of this, which is really, really cool. And this looks like a great final form Frieza figure. I might have to add the homie Goresh for this figure, I'm not gonna lie. We also have the Goku History Box Volume 1 figure. Cool to be able to see some more base form Goku figures. I think this is going to be a skip for me just because I do have a couple of base form figures already. But nonetheless, though, this is pretty cool. Funny enough, this could be like a bunch of different scenes. I know this is technically like Earth, right? Like down here, this looks like the plains. But like, you could kind of make this a bunch of different things because obviously, you know, like it's supposed to be energy flying behind him. But this, I believe, is the Genki Dama pose. But this could technically, like, I guess you could take this off the stand and then make it like a Tournament of Power setup versus Jiren. I don't know, that'd be kind of cool. We would need a Jiren with the actual Pride Trooper outfit first. It would scale well with that Goku, but nonetheless, though, still pretty cool to see. Also, very much love it when they do extra stuff besides just the actual figure. We are getting a rerun of the, or no, wait. Yeah, a rerun of the FES Super Vegito. This figure is actually pretty cool. Or wait, is this technically a rerun? No, I don't think it is. I might be confusing myself here because there's a no. I believe this figure is new. Wow. Apparently, I don't know, bro. My knowledge is failing me right now. Hold on, I gotta look this up. Regardless, though, we did have a Goku from the FES line in this form before. So that is pretty cool to see. By the way, the Frieza in that line is the GX Materia Frieza. I completely forgot the name of it. And we are getting a re-release for the FES Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. A very, very interesting figure to choose for a re-release, but nonetheless a very cool figure to choose. This is probably one of the better Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta figures that we have, if I'm being honest. It is a very, very cool figure, and I believe the only one that has this pose, at least in terms of Dragon Ball Prize figures, I think. Don't quote me on that, but nonetheless, though, still very cool because I know this guy is a decently sought after figure. Yeah, that Super Vegito is brand new. I'm double checking right now. I am confusing myself with the Goku variation of that figure because we have a Goku from the FES line from a while ago that has a super similar pose to that. So very, very cool to be able to get a Super Vegeta variation. He also looks very good. I love the cocky look of him. Yeah, because also I think Goku's feet were off the ground as well, while Super Vegito seems to be grounded on the space. Nonetheless, though, I am hyped for the GX Materia Frieza. I think it looks absolutely fantastic. Every figure in the GX Materia line so far has been an absolute banger, so I'm very, very excited to see that. Here are the changes, by the way, from the original and the new version. Very, very interesting to see that they updated the colors. I was just going to point out, I didn't even think that he would have the image there, but my boy Baggy's got my back, bro. As you can see, they did update the colors because this is a little bit different of a color scheme than the one I have. I do like the new one, actually, a lot better because I feel like it fits with the proper color scheme of how he appeared in GT. Brighter hair, obviously a little bit brighter fur, brighter pants, a little bit different of a color of blue. The orange is a different shade. I like that a lot. Here we go. So this is what I was thinking of. This is the Goku that we got a while ago, and I guess his foot is grounded because this is literally the same pose. Interesting. There are a lot of different sculpting differences, obviously, in this figure, but nonetheless, though, for them to reuse a figure like that blatantly, bro, I don't know. Come on, then. The Goku definitely looks a lot better as well, at least in my opinion, in that pose, anyhow. Alright, so just so people know, when it comes to prize figures, the project is already decided, and then the sculptor works off of that. It isn't like the Band Press World Figure Coliseum where the sculptors get to pick the character forms, poses, etc. themselves. Interesting. This was obviously from the Bam Presto booth at that expo that we saw an image of before. Ooh, gonna have to save that for later. So, breaking Dokkan Battle 6th Anniversary prize figure confirmed but blanked. So, if you guys remember, for the last couple years, when we've done anniversary figures for Dokkan, we've had the figure blanked out, where it is just a little black circle of the figure. We don't know what it's going to be. We never do until a lot later. I think they try and release it usually a little bit closer to the anniversary. Sometimes it kind of depends. But that does mean that we're going to be getting the figure very, very soon. Whew, I'm hyped to see that. Let's just take a look at it here. Oh! That's going to be an instant cop, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to put that in my car right now. Anyway, though, moving on. This info is mostly for merch fans. There wasn't any prize figures scheduled for the calendar for the 6th anniversary, and now we know whatever the 6th anniversary ends up being, there will be figures of them just like in years past. Yes, so obviously this is what it looks like. Wow. So impressive. No, I'm kidding. But obviously this is what it's been like in years past. This is what the Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta figure appeared as initially, and I think Gogeta as well. Moving on up, here we go. So this is it, bro. This is what the figure looks like. Wow. Yeah, bro, my boy Bevel Takoyaki. Yeah, my man's spitting right now, bro. It's beautiful, bro. It's a beautiful figure. Interesting, though, nonetheless. Do not read into the blanked production images. It isn't anything hiding the figure. This is the final Kamehameha Vegito figure, and it was blanked. As you can see, the final production image was vastly different. Yeah, so obviously the shape has nothing to do with the final version of the figure. We know that from past anniversary figures as well. Last year, the Dokkan Kuji had a last one. 2 turned out to be a base reuse of the Vegito Blue. Next year's Kuji also has a last one, so it means it may be a form of whatever it is. It could also be something else because it doesn't say with the figure specifically. So basically, this was the one that they used for the 5th year anniversary. Obviously, this is based on the LR Vegito Blue. And for the last prize figure, they had the base form version of this figure. Now, there is no specific specification, but we can kind of assume that the special figure is going to be another form because that's how it was last year. The unfortunate thing is, obviously, since the one before that was the Super Saiyan 4 Goku, there wasn't a last prize version of that figure. It was just, you know, the Super Saiyan 4 Goku. So it'll be interesting to see what they do this year if they do something like that. I don't know. We'll have to see, by the way. I don't know if any of you care, but I am going to tell you. I did order that base for Vegito. It's on the way, so expect a review of that soon. I wasn't initially going to get it, but I did it for the views. I'm kidding. I did it for you guys. But nonetheless, though, bro. Also, the fact that the FES Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta is releasing in February means that the 6th anniversary being Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta is unlikely. True, but also in the same time, we have gotten figures of basically the same pose at the same time, so I wouldn't be surprised, but that is a fair point. Baggy also did, I know, tweet a couple more images here. Here is more images of the GX Materia, 13 centimeters, while the History Box Goku is 12, and here is a HD picture of the Vegito. And here's a better picture of the Frieza. Nice. I really, really like this. Alright, so that is going to do it for today's figure news. I hope you guys enjoyed. This was a lot, if I'm being honest. It wasn't as much as usual, I suppose. I'm trying to find a specific tweet from Baggy where he talked about the comparisons between the actual manga of the Frieza, the manga like image of where that Frieza comes from. I'll see if I can't find it here for you, but nonetheless, though, thank you guys so much for watching. Of course, let me know your thoughts on all of this stuff in the comments section below. It's going to be very interesting to see what comes of the Super Saiyan, where was I going with that? I was going to say Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta and then say Dokkan figure after that. Sorry, my eye was on the prize here. My eye was on the boy Gogeta. It'll be interesting to see what comes of the Dokkan figure, obviously, and it is so nice to see them doing some more unique stuff with prize figures, because I feel like at this point, a lot of people who have been collecting prize figures for a while, if you're an old head like me, you have plenty of characters who don't really have any, you know, effects and just kind of some basic pose, ain't really cutting it for you anymore, but this is the kind of stuff that I like to see, bro. It's just cool, you know what I mean? It's good stuff. It's good stuff. I very much so enjoy it. I'll see if I can't find the tweet talking about the actual original image for Frieza, because there's obviously a little bit of a difference in the face compared to how it looked in the manga. I'm sure a lot of you can probably just see that from looking at the figure, but I am still excited for it nonetheless because it looks like a fantastic figure. That is going to be it from me, though. Of course, links to the homie Baggy Twitters and DBZ figures, as always, in the description below. Thank you so much to them for always holding it down. This series literally would not exist without them, so I appreciate both of y'all, everybody who runs DBZ figures, and obviously the homie Baggy. Without further ado, though, thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know what was your favorite figure that we talked about today in the comment section below, and I will catch you guys in the next one. DOKKAN Assets out. Peace.